So it has now been an entire month since we got the Black Ops 7 teaser, and we have heard literally nothing about this game other than the same leaks. There is still absolutely nothing on Microsoft Store. You can't even pre-order the game yet, which is quite honestly surprising considering how money-driven Activision is. We haven't even had any news about a Vault Edition, even though last year there was news about a Vault Edition not long after the first teaser. Maybe Activision's finally listening and realising we do not care about microtransactions. As well as that, it's actually been 35 days since we got the first teaser, and there's not even been a COD pod about the game. It's Call of Duty's podcast. Whereas with Black Ops 6, we had a podcast within that time. It's really making me think what is even happening with this game, because we were supposed to get a worldwide reveal during the summer. We are already halfway through the summer. It is currently, the summer starts in June, it is currently halfway through July. We have a month and a half to hear and see from this worldwide reveal. And I mean, you can literally see all across Call of Duty content, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, whatever. Call of Duty is extremely dead right now. No one cares about Black Ops 6 because of how broken the game is. No one cares about the World Series of Warzone because Warzone's just not really competitive. I'll continue to say FNCS clears World Series of Warzone and CDL. As well as that, no one even cares about Black Ops 7 right now because we've heard practically nothing about the game. And obviously, because Call of Duty is so dead right now, the game is just still slowly bleeding players because it has the same issues. Not to mention, Activision released World War II on the Microsoft Store. Turns out the servers were still broken because Activision are cheapskates. They took it off the store and it has not been seen ever since. So because there's been absolutely no news about Black Ops 7, I'm going to give out some suggestions on what I would like to see in Black Ops 7. Now obviously, number 1 and number 2 is an actual function anti-cheat and actual servers. However, I want to be more constructive, and those are kind of issues that have been raised for years now. So I want to give out some suggestions that I would personally like to see. But before I go into that, I would like to just quickly talk about skill-based matchmaking. I know by now skill-based matchmaking probably is not going anywhere. It is in loads of games, and they're even bringing AI bots and casual playlists. However, number 1, if you're going to keep skill-based matchmaking in the game, please just make it less strict and not too strict, because it's just an absolute pain to play Call of Duty nowadays. There's nothing fun to play. If I have no reason to grind and I want to play COD, I would just get so demotivated because of the matchmaking. So maybe just loosen the skill brackets. And another thing, please do not add a casual mode to multiplayer. Please. There is no reason we should have AI bots in a 6v6 game mode. We don't need it. It will ruin the camo grind. Warzone, I'm not as bothered because the Warzone camo grind is kind of hard and Warzone play is really boring anyway. But please do not touch multiplayer with casual. Now, on to my suggestions. So my first suggestion is probably going to be carry forward. With Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 being direct sequels released right after each other, we saw all the skins, all the guns, everything you own get carried over from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3. And I'm not gonna lie, it was actually implemented very well. Now, because we are going from Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7, yes, there is a time gap in the story, a time jump. We're going from the early 90s to the late 2030s. We're going to the future. I would still hope to see weapons being carried forward. I feel like it just makes more sense. Now, another thing that I would love to see, please, please, please add more progression. I cannot tell you enough how bored I am of this game because I just have nothing to grind for. I've already done the multiplayer camo grind. I've already done the zombies camo grind. I'm currently working on the Warzone camo grind, which right now it's actually a piece of cake due to Rebirth Casual. But other than that, there's not really anything else to grind. There's no weapon prestige camos you can unlock, which kind of boring. You know, it's an easier way to grind a camo for the newbies. As well as that, there is no Grand Mastery challenge, which realistically no one goes for unless you're an absolute moron like me. But still, please, just add a bit more progression, because this game is so stale. If I don't have anything to actually work towards in the game, I probably will not play it as much. As well as that, events. We seriously need more events in this game, with actual good event rewards. Not just a blueprint that looks arse and AI generated, actual cool camos or blueprints that free-to-play players can earn. Also, maybe try change up the events a bit. Give us different kind of events, because I swear, events nowadays is literally just either collect one of these tokens after you kill an enemy, or just get XP. Nowadays, there's no other good events. Now, keeping on track with rewards, zombies Easter eggs. I really feel like the rewards for the Easter eggs definitely could be a lot better. I mean, some of them you only get calling cards and gobblegums. Please give us more zombie-related skins. It just makes more sense. If you're going to go out of your way to make unrealistic skins and shove them in the store, at least give us some realistic skins that we can earn by playing the game. Now, I have another point, but it kind of just stems for the entirety of Call of Duty going on into the future. Which is, now a lot of you might not like this, but please stop innovating until what you already have is fixed and clean. Because what happens nowadays is Call of Duty will try and innovate. They'll put all that focus into that innovation. A lot of the time, the innovation absolutely sucks, but then what we already have is still broken. I'll give a few examples. First of all, open combat missions in campaign. They were kind of a good idea, but they were absolutely boring and probably took dev time away from actual core features. DMZ in Modern Warfare 2, they focused a lot on DMZ, and it completely sucked. Same with Warzone 2, but I mean, Warzone 2 was just... Modern Warfare 2 in general is still just ass. I don't get how there are people trying to say Black Ops 6 is worse than the new Modern Warfare 2. It's just insane. Now, there was also some news recently how Call of Duty might be moving away from the COD HQ. And that leads me on to my next point. Please fix the GUI, because I swear down at so many times the GUI can be so buggy. I'll be trying to make a loadout for Warzone while loading into a game. I'll back out of making a loadout, hoping to go to the lobby screen. But instead it takes me to the Call of Duty HQ. I shouldn't have to click so many buttons just to get back to the lobby screen and the loading screen, because your GUI just sucks. I'm kind of just going off the top of my head now on what other suggestions I have. This one's another big community one. Please just remove tac sprint. It will make the game feel just more fluid and not as pacey and brain rotted. We have all these tiny maps, especially the strike maps, where because of tac sprint, you literally are in a gunfight within 1 second of spawning. And that also brings me into another point. Please stop making so many brain rotted maps. Okay, please actually focus. If you go to a small map, at least make it a bit more tactile. For an example, Modern Warfare 3, yes, we had a lot of small maps. But I'm going to give an example. Do you remember the map called Meat? It was a map basically just set in a butcher's. And I'm not going to lie, although it was a small map, it still played great. It had the classic 3-lane design. You have the right lane with the trucks, the left lane with the long corridor, the middle lane. It played very well. However, nowadays with small maps, we have Babylon and Havoc that are just extremely similar, just square wannabe shipments. Like, please stop trying to make shipment so many times. Yes, I get the community loves shipment, but we don't need it in every single Call of Duty game, especially when we have Nuketown. But please just focus on making your maps actually fun to play on, because I swear so many maps I can name suck ass on Black Ops 6. We have Rewind, we have Red Card, we have Protocol, Extraction. There's probably even more I could probably name. And then compare them to the maps we've had in Modern Warfare 3. We had what? Vista, There was that, I think it was called 6 Star, that like kind of hotel one. I can't really remember the names, but there were definitely some solid maps on Modern Warfare 3 that weren't absolutely tiny. Another thing I want to mention, T-Dog Smitty mentioned it in his video about Call of Duty. Why not have the possibility for people to make their own Call of Duty maps? And maybe have a system of where, oh, the highest liked maps actually become an official map. Because, realistically, the community wants to work with you, Activision. The community wants you to make this game good because we want to play Call of Duty. We want the game to be fun. So why not work with the community? We all know that Activision's been struggling recently with maps. Modern Warfare 2 maps completely sucked. Black Ops 6 maps, most of them were awful. And the ones they are still releasing still suck. Nowadays, the only good maps are just remasters, so why not add a feature that allows people to make their own maps? And, you know, maybe, oh, there can be votes for which map should enter the weekly rotation or whatever. But anyway, that's all the suggestions I can currently think of. Let me know what suggestion you would give for Black Ops 7, you know, down in the comment section below. I'll be checking all your suggestions. We can also debate. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And with all that being said, I've been Chris Dex. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.